Hey, everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for the One Piece Manga chapter review. This is going to be One Piece Manga chapter 1180 titled Omen, so let's get into it. And this video right here is all the ultimates in One Piece Fighting Path, and this video is specifically made by One Piece Fighting Path PvP. This is not my gameplay, this is One Piece Fighting Path PvP. So the beginning of the chapter starts off with Vegapunk making Zeus be able to rain candy, something really sweet, nothing too crazy. But the actual chapter starts off right where we left off with Emu arriving at Elbaf. Now, a lot of people are saying that Emu was going to be just as big as Loki. No, he's not. I'm going to say he's around kind of Curry level because he is really big, he's really tall, but he's not Loki level. We see Loki and Emu side by side at the end of the chapter. He's not as big as Loki, but he is pretty big. So we see him standing there. We actually get the very first panel is a really zoomed in shot of his whole design. It looks the exact same from last week, but we get to see the more finer details and everything. And he has a lot of dots all over his chest and arms. I don't know if we noticed that. We did see a few dots, but we didn't see this many. And we still see like the tattoo of the hand, of the eyeball and everything. But as soon as he gets there, he teleports over to where Summers is. Now everybody's really confused of who Emu is and what is going on. And he cuts Gerd's fingers off instantly. He does it so fast where nobody even notices. Not even Gerd. All her fingers. Well, it's not all her fingers. It's specifically just the fingers that she was holding Summers with. But her fingers get cut off, and everybody's freaking out. They're like, "What is going on? Who is this guy?" He just cut Gerd's fingers off, and nobody was even able to notice, which is really crazy. So after that happens, everybody gets into a battle stance, and they ask Emu, specifically Zoro asks Emu, "Hey, are you one of those God's Knights?" Emu is instantly attacked by Haruden. Haruden tries to punch Emu, but Stanson, he jumps in and kicks Haruden out of the way. He says, "Don't attack this guy. There's something off about him." And when he kicks him out the way, Emu instantly cuts Stanson's leg off. I'm like, what? That is crazy. He instantly cuts his leg off. And then Zoro, he gets to a battle stance. He jumps up and he does N O Sotoryu Rengoku Onigiri. Emu was easily able to block that attack with his tail, and he does this technique called Omen. He makes his hand do this move, and then he makes a black flame in the middle of his hand, and it swoops out and hits Zoro and sends him flying. Then Haruden, he jumps up with his battle axe and tries to cut Emu, and then he does the same thing where he does this move with both of his hands and makes another black flame. But when he swoops it out at Haruden, it makes like a monster face, a black flame, hits Haruden and does a giant explosion. Now, when the flame hit Zoro, it was just like a regular flame, but when it hit Haruden, it was that little monster mouth. It kind of looks like the monster mouth that attacked. Well, not attacked. Remember when Sabo attacked Emu and that black like blob of monster mouth like ate up the flame? It kind of looks like that. I guess Emu might have did that, but maybe on a bigger scale to consume Sabo's flame. But yeah, it makes a big explosion, sends Haruden flying. And then everybody's freaking out, like, who is this guy? What are we gonna do? Then Emu makes a black flame again, and it hovers over Summers, and it's specifically called Omen. And even Summers says, "Oh yeah, I needed this. Thanks for the Omen." And Summers gets up, and he gets a ring of fire around his back that looks just like the scarf that Luffy has in Gear 5, and the one that Emu has right now. He gets that around his back, but it's black flames. So I guess I was thinking this too. I kept saying that maybe when Emu comes here, they're gonna get empowered, and like, that's what it looks like because when he gets this, he's really happy about it, and he's able to get up fully and healed. So I guess this does make him a lot stronger since he's closer to Emu, and the fact that he put this Omen thing on him. Anyway, he tells Summer to stop dilly dallying. They have a lot to do while they're in Elbaf, and then Emu gets up and flies away with these giant black wings. And when this happens, everybody grabs Gerd and all the women and children that's around the area to bring them to safety. Then they do a really big broadcast announcement to all of Elbaf saying, "Hey, there's another one of those weird demons here. He's really strong, even stronger than the other gods tonight, so we have to be prepared for battle." It's kind of funny because we get a few panels of some of the giants going, "What? Are you serious? We have to keep on fighting? I thought the fighting was over." The three god knights, we already beat them. Now we got another one? Oh my goodness. They can only bellyache for so long. They got to keep it moving. They can't exactly bellyache for too long. But I did find that kind of funny. While Emo is flying around, he specifically finds Gunko in that giant block of ice. Now he takes out his weapon and he kind of turns one side of it into like a gun, like a little like he makes a hole inside of it. He makes a gun, and he shoots a ball of black flame out again, and it has the monster mouth, and a huge explosion happens at the ice, but we don't get to see what happens. Because I remember last chapter, Loki said the only one that can defrost this is Radatasker. And then we see Emu blow up the block of ice in this chapter, but we don't get to see it destroy. We can see like a giant puff cloud, and then he just flies away. I don't know why he didn't just stay there, give her an omen. I mean, maybe he did off screen, but in this chapter, we don't get to see him stay there, give her an omen to make her stronger, and then fly away. Maybe it's a good thing he didn't do that because, as we know, Gunko is really likes Brooke. They used to know each other, so if he gave her an omen, she could rebel. I mean, it's Emu. He could probably just take away the omen really quickly. But it's just good that he didn't do that since we know Gunko was on our side. But yeah, he just didn't do that. And we don't get to see the block of ice destroyed. Then really quickly, we do cut over to almost said really. we cut over to Gabon, and he's like, "What is this weird hockey? I never even felt this hockey back in God Valley." Which is true. Remember, he wasn't around Emu and Rocks and everything that was going on with them. He wasn't there. It was specifically just Roger from the Roger Party that was there. So it does make sense that he does never felt this kind of hockey before. Then we go over to the Raw Walwood School, and it's burning up in flames. Everybody's really confused. But all of the food there, which, yeah, what happened? Because last time it was, all in ice. Did like the thermal things that what's her name? Lilith did like wear off and the ice just I mean the fires just came back. It wouldn't really make any sense. And the giant explosion that Emu did wouldn't be the cause of this because the ice block is way off to the side that he exploded. So I don't know how the fires came back unless I'm getting confused on what's happening in the panels. But the Walrus School is on fire and all the food is there. It's unthawed. So they're like, hey, let's eat up and get our energy back. So Luffy, he's starting to eat now, so he'll be able to do Gear 5 again. Loki, he's eating all the food now. It does taste kind of weird, but I mean, hey, food is food. So, everybody eat up so we can munch down. And then everybody's also commenting on the really strange hockey that's around the area. Like, what is that? What's going on? And then Emu comes over to the Walrus School and gives an omen to killing him. He's able to put himself back together. He feels empowered. Sanji gets really mad at that happening. And so Sanji jumps up and kicks or throws a kick. Well, not throws a kick, but well, actually, yeah, I guess that's how you say it. He throws a kick at Emu. Now, the paneling was a little weird here, but it looks like Sanji when he throws a kick, and it looks like just regular Dalek Jamba, but when he throws the kick, Emu lifts up his leg to block it, easily blocks it, pushes Sanji off to the side, and then he kicks him and sends Sanji flying in a big explosion. Like he's just going through everybody this chapter. Like it's crazy what Emu is doing. At the very end of the chapter, Loki sees that huge explosion, and then Emo goes, "Oh, so you're the one that defeated my servant here 14 years ago. I didn't know you were real." Loki gets really mad. He goes, "Yeah, I'm real." And in the shot, this is specifically what I was talking about. We see Loki towering. I mean, he is towering over Emu. Now, Emu was really tall. He was like towering over Sanji and Zoro, so that's why I said around Katakuri level because he's really big. But he's not Loki level, like some people are saying. In this shot, he is towering over him like a normal giant would over like Luffy or anybody else. Anyway, obviously he's really mad because he just called his dad a servant. He goes, "No, that was that servant you're talking about. That's my father, and you're looking at the one who defeated him all those years ago. But I do exist in this world in Elbath, and don't you forget it." And then that's another chapter. We see Emu and Loki going face to face. Now, obviously, Loki is really special, an ancient giant, and he has the Nihog fruit. I'm assuming, and also Luffy, he's eating too, so he should be able to get back into Gear 5 any moment now. So I'm gonna say he's gonna get beat pretty easily. Now, maybe not as easy like Zoro and Sanji. I mean, this is Emu, so even though they got kind of, I mean, they might still be up, but they got tossed to the side kind of easily. But they still probably still be up. But I'm gonna say yeah, it's gonna be it should be a dog walk because this is Emu. Now maybe Loki might be able to dodge an attack or two. Maybe he might be able to block an attack or so, or take an attack or two, and maybe even hit Emu once or twice. Maybe with Luffy too, since like I said, he's eating, so he should be able to get back into the fight. But I'm saying yeah, him and Luffy. Whenever Luffy does jump into this fight, they should, yeah. They should get dog walked. Maybe they can get an attacking or two, but they still get dog walked. Like because this is Emu, and he was going crazy. I mean, Zoro pushed to the side, Haruden pushed to the side, cut up Gerd, got Summers empowered. Everybody. Plus, now they got the God Knights now. All the God Knights are empowered now. Who knows what kind of crazy power boost they're gonna get? I mean, yes, they're gonna get a boost, probably even crazier. They're gonna be even more of a problem to handle with. Oh yeah, and also before I end the chapter, I mean, well yeah, in the chapter before I end the video, Specifically, Emu does give, well, not give, when he heals Summers and he gives him the Omen to make him more powerful. Omen, I mean not Omen. Summers does grab his mechanical heart. He goes, "Whew, it's safe." So obviously, yeah, probably that's still a big weakness to them, the mechanical heart. I was saying last chapter, I doubt it's gonna be that easy to break. It has to be somewhat durable to break, and now to be even more durable since he has the Omen. But maybe the bodies become even stronger to where it's harder to even cut them, even though they have the regeneration and the bodies are hardened. Or maybe it's just a power boost in their regular abilities, which still should still be cool. But as we know, Summers wants to really go after Gerd, and she's weakened now, so he could probably go and do that since he's still around that area, and Zoro might have to handle him. Also, Killingham really hates Sanji, so he just got blown up to the side, so maybe he ran off to go handle Sanji, so maybe those are their main two fights, so Luffy and Loki can handle this. We haven't seen any real weakness with Emu, because as we know, being away from the Holy Land does kind of hurt Emu because he was bleeding as soon as he got here. We haven't seen him coughing or huffing and puffing, but probably during the fight with Loki and Luffy, where he has to exert a lot more energy than usual because he doesn't really have to exert a lot of energy here. He doesn't really have to. Oh yeah, one more thing before I end it too. Everybody was assuming that hey, Emu might be a Lunarian or maybe part Lunarian because his skin is a little dark like King's. It looks kind of like King too with the hair. But we didn't really get to see black wings from him in this chapter. We see him flying with two gigantic black wings. So that might just be a coincidence. Maybe he just has black wings to have black wings. Maybe he is maybe part Lunarian. We don't know. Maybe he's a part of like every race because he has giant black wings. He has horns like an ancient giant. He has um yeah, he has he has giant black wings like a Lunarian in the skin. He has horns like an ancient giant. Maybe he has other features too from other races. We don't know. We really don't know, which is kind of cool. I was also mentioning last week that maybe he might have slight abilities of every devil fruit, which will sound broken, but I mean we still don't really have an explanation of how he was able to make all the trees and buildings come to life. Cause we even see that still happening in this chapter where all the trees and buildings were just laughing, coming to life with the beat he was making. I didn't even notice that last chapter either that he was making a beat. But yeah, we saw that though. I don't know why he was able to do that, but we still don't know. We don't really have a breakdown of his abilities yet. But yeah, Emu came here. He's not playing. He did not come to play, boy. Emu did not come here to play, which is dope. I wanted him to go crazy with his abilities. I wanted him to. I can't wait for next chapter though. This was kind of a short chapter. I mean, just a little, short chapter just to see what Emu can do, showing that he's not playing. I can't wait to see what Loki and Luffy can do. I'm assuming they're gonna get dog walked, but maybe not too bad. But it's not gonna be an easy fight. It is not gonna be an easy fight for these guys. Oh, but that's a chapter for you guys today. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I think you all later be one more human beings, and I'll see you guys next time. And tell me if you like this form of video of me showing specific like One Piece gameplay because recently I've been not trying to show myself on camera because that was my original plan with this YouTube channel, not to show myself too much. Well, not have to show myself at all actually. And I was planning on not showing myself, but I got so many videos with my face on it already, and I can't really edit them. I'm trying to, but I can't really edit them too much, but for the time being, I'm just not gonna show myself on camera. Tell me you like this from a video. It's not gonna be this every time. The fighting path might switch it up, show some Burning Blood gameplay, Pirate Warriors, while I talk about the chapter. But yeah, that's the chapter for you guys today. I guess tell me how you like this form of video, aside from the regular just seeing me with my hands waving and stuff. But okay, bye bye. All right. Oh, actually, let me show some. Okay, we'll end it on some Kaido gameplay. He's like at the very end of this video. It's like 25-minute video. He's at the very end. Like, Kaido's my boy. I want to show some Kaido gameplay. But yeah, okay, yeah, that's about it. Okay. Bye.